so much for joining. In this video, I will be walking you through one of the biggest things that you need to do this year to get your finances in control. So it's a new year and there's a lot going on. What do you need to do to ensure that you get your financial life on track? Well, listen on and you'll find out. Hi everyone again, I'm Jody and I'm a personal finance coach and blogger over at abundanceofjoe.com. And on the blog, I teach people how to save money, make money, and build wealth while living abundantly, of course. And in today's video, I'll be walking you through the number one financial step that you need to take this year in order to ensure that you get your finances under control. And this year is an interesting one because there's a lot going on in our financial realm. There is a lot of economic instability. There's inflation. Everything is going up. Prices are very high. And there is so much that we have to consider in our financial life. Well, this particular thing that you need to do will help you to get yourself on track financially and also put you in a position to start to achieve your financial goals as well. So you must be wondering, what is that thing? Well, it's very, very simple. The number one thing that you need to know and need to do this year is to know your numbers. That's right. It's as simple as that. Know your numbers. So you must be wondering, what am I talking about? What numbers? Know what? Like, what is this about? Okay, but let me break it down to you. All right. So when I say know your numbers, I'm talking about your full financial situation. Sit down and find some time to figure out what your full financial picture looks like. And what does that mean? Well, it means assembling all of your financial documents, whether it's your bank statements, your credit card bills, your mortgage payments or statements, get all of your insurance documents if you have insurance, also get documents that are land titles, things like that, so that you kind of know where you're sitting financially. And usually this process can be done with two tools that I usually teach, and I will link those videos in this video in the description box below. And in that particular video that I've talked about, so to ensure that you're on track and to know your numbers will include two major pieces that you should spend some time doing, and I will link some material that I have on those pieces. There are two things that you would need to do to help you to get to know your numbers. I have videos on those two things and I will link those videos in the description box below. And the two things are: one, ensure that you have a budget, so start a budget, and two is to track your net worth. When you do those two activities, you get a full understanding of your financial life and a full understanding of your financial picture. Now, it will take some time and you will have to do some sitting down and dedicating some resources towards doing these activities, but I promise you they will help you to get yourself in a financial state that will help you to figure out where you are and where you need to go. Now, I'll start with the budget. So it's very important that you know how much money you are actually bringing in every month or every fortnight if you're paid fortnightly. And if you're not working, figure out how you're getting some form of income. If you're on unemployment, maybe you were laid off recently and you're getting some severance money or something like that. You need to figure out how much money you have coming in. Okay, so that's the first piece, and a budget helps you with that because you first need to start with your income. The other thing that you need to do in your budget is to track your expenses. You need to know how much money you're spending every single month. Now, this is an exercise that can be very painful because you're looking at all of your receipts, all of your shopping patterns, all the things that you were buying, all the things that you were doing. And it can throw you off because, nobody wants to look at how much money they're spending. But it's very important because it helps you to figure out what your large expenses are. It also helps you to figure out what your unnecessary expenses are, the things that you're spending money on that you don't actually need. So spend some time tracking your expenses. Start with the things that are necessary. So things like your shelter. So if you're paying rent, what's your rent amount? If you're paying mortgage, what's your mortgage payment? And then you want to look at things like food. So you have to eat. We all have to eat. So how much are you spending on food every month? Look at your utilities, so your electricity, your gas, all those different utilities that you have to pay to keep the lights on. Those are the things that you need to take a look at and see how much you're spending. If there's any opportunity in there for you to lower the cost of these things, then take the time and do that. Maybe you need to, look at your mortgage statement and look for a better interest rate. Those are things that you can look at and see where you can make some savings. So once you have all of your expenses together and you have your income, then spend some time to look at how much you're actually netting at every month. So after you've paid all of your bills, if you have debt, student loans, credit card bills, same day loans, once you've paid off all those bills, how much are you netting at the end of the month? If you have a negative figure, it means that you're overspending and you really don't have enough income that's covering all of your bills. Or if you have a surplus, which is good, it's hard to find these days. That means that you have extra money that you can probably put towards savings, or you can do other things with that extra money, or even cut even more so that you can have a bigger surplus, so that you can use that money for other things. When you do that budget now, you'll get to see where your money is going. You get to see how much you're actually making. Some people have never looked at their pay slip. They just know that the money comes and they spend. These things help you to know how much money you actually make, how much money you're spending, and they also help you to figure out what your next step will be. So knowing your numbers is critical if you want to ensure that you have a good footing for the financial future, and also to meet your financial goals. So you do the budget, and then you know how much you're trending at where that is concerned. The other activity I mentioned is the net worth tracking. So when you look at your net worth, it helps you to understand how much assets you have versus your liabilities. So assets are those things that they add value to your full financial picture. So assets could be things like your car that you have. It's a depreciating asset, but it's still an asset. You could sell it and get some money back. You have other things like the equity in your home. That's also an asset. If you have real estate holdings, those can also be recognized as assets. If you have things as simple as artwork, that could also be an asset. It's anything that can be turned into cash very quickly. Now, when you look at your assets, you just make a list. When you're tracking your net worth, you make a list of all of your assets, and then you now take a look at your liabilities, and the liabilities are the things that you are owing. So it's all of your debt. So it includes your mortgage, it includes your student loans if you have them, your credit card bills. If you have other loans that you're covering for, maybe you co-signed on a loan, all of those things make up your liabilities, and you make a list of all of them, and then you basically subtract your liabilities from all of your assets, and then that will let you know whether or not you have a positive or a negative net worth. Now, when you do these things, you look at your budget, you see how much you're spending each month, you see how much you're netting at, and then when you do your network tracking, then you see where you're looking at. That helps you to see your full financial picture. And this is a very important activity to do at the beginning of the year, because it helps you to know where you are sitting at the beginning of the year, and can also help you when you are setting your financial goals. You know how much money you're making, you know how much money you're spending, you know where your net worth is. It can help you to set the right goals to meet your financial needs. So the number one thing you want to do is, in a nutshell, know your numbers. Once you do that, then you can start taking action. Then you can do things like pay off debt. The thing that helps you when you do your budget and the net worth tracking activity, it helps you to see where you really stand. You probably think you just have debt. When you get to see the numbers in living color, it helps you to realize this position that you're in, whether it's good or bad, and it helps you to get ready to go and take action. So it can be a sobering exercise. When you look at it, you see a lot of debt. It looks tough, it looks hard, it looks impossible. What it does, it creates an opportunity for you to make real financial change. And it comes with taking the time to really sit down and understand where you are financially. Our financial lives, right next to our health, is one of the biggest things that we have to live with as adults, as people, and your finances make a big difference. So take the time to figure out where you are financially so that you can get on track. I know it can be hard, I know it can be tough, but you can do it. Just keep going and ensure that you have a plan for what you're going to be doing next. I also have a video on that helps you to set financial goals that you can actually achieve. Thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed this content, you enjoyed all of these different tips, you can always feel free to like and subscribe to this channel, Abundance of Joe, and also check out the blog, abundanceofjoe.com. Over on my blog, I teach these principles about how to save money, how to make money, how to build wealth. I teach people how to start side hustles that they can use to fund their financial life. Provide so many different tips on the blog, and you can check out the blog at abundanceofjoe.com. Thank you so much for watching and for listening, and thank you again, and please share with your friends, like, subscribe, and share, and have a wonderful, financially abundant life. Thank you.